Hey everyone, well we are here on the west side of Albuquerque on the escarpment, which is the Petroglyph National Park. I'm here with Atza Chavez, who is the director of NEVA. We got some coyotes doing their thing behind us. This is a really important place for New Mexico, for our Pueblo and tribal communities, and it's also a place that we are fighting to protect alongside Chaco Canyon. So Atza, tell us about why the petroglyphs are so important, why we're fighting to protect them, and how they're connected to Chaco Canyon.
Sure. So when you look at history and you listen to some of the oral histories from our communities, we're told about the roadways that were here before everyone else was. And the Petroglyph National Monument was part of that. It was part of where our communities stopped to pray and do their pilgrimages and to participate in making sure that all of our families are safe. When we come here, we're not just praying for Atza or Giwa community or Navajo people. We're praying for everyone. So this is why protecting the petroglyphs is so important. We need to be able to do what we've done since time immemorial on the land that we've been doing it, that our ancestors gave us the language, the doings, the ways, our cultural heritage on how we need to be here as people on this earth. And a lot of times we get bombarded with all of these other things, social media, what's going on in all of these other countries, but at the heart of it, this is our home. This is where we are from. This is where our ancestors and our stories are still alive, and that's why it's so important for us to protect the petroglyphs over here on the west side of Albuquerque from development and from people wanting to change the landscape. When people come to New Mexico, they want to see the mesas, they want to see this openness, they want to feel the sky and see the sunset the way that it's supposed to. When we have development in and around these areas, we just can't have that happen because people lose what people come to New Mexico for. When we talk about tourism dollars, it's not going to be here if we have development around these areas. People aren't developing around all of these other UNESCO sites around the world. They protect them. And that's all we're asking for. We're asking for people to join us in our fight through NEVA to make sure that we protect the petroglyphs here on the west side of Albuquerque, but also in Chaco Canyon, right? This is where our people used to come and meet from South America, meet from the east side of our country, people from north. This is where we came for trade. There's a reason why we have feathers from down south. There's a reason why we have shells from the east and, buffalo hides from the north. It's because our people used to come here. This was our natural roadway, and we have to protect that. We can't say that we are proud Americans or proud people of these lands if we don't honor the lands that we come from. And that's why it's so important for us to be here. That's why we depend on people like you as allies, as leaders. We were so happy to do what we needed to do to get leaders in the places that have the opportunity to say what needs to be said. And you have been doing an amazing job saying what needs to be said, saying that things are not normal, calling out all the craziness that's going on in D.C. And we appreciate you being here in our home state to just let us know that there's a reason why you are so strong in your ethics and your moral values. And that's because you come from a place where it is sacred, where it is valued. And we don't always get that everywhere, but we get that in New Mexico because we have places like the Petroglyphs and Chaco Canyon that ground us, that remind us that we are not just here to take and not give back. Yeah. And that's what these places remind us. They remind us to take that pause, to look at the sunset, to look at the coyotes walking by, to be a part of the history that has always been here. And that's why it's so important for us to protect. And that's why we need leadership in D.C. and in our state and local level to continue to do that, to eat with our tribal leaders and meet face to face, not just a phone call, not just an email, but to actually spend time with us and understand why these places are so important to us, and also believe in the ways that we believe in terms of protecting all of our people in our prayers and the things that we've been doing since time immemorial. And that's why it's so important to be here.
And I know a lot of people who have been following what's going on want to help. What can people do to help protect Chaco Canyon and the petroglyphs?
Well, we know that when they tried to put public lands out on the chopping block, that we had everyone across the country say, no, we need these places. And that's kind of the sentiment that we need now. We need people across the state, across the nation to say we need to stand with tribal leaders. We need to stand on the side of tribal determination and tribal sovereignty and listen to what they're saying when they say we need to protect these areas. But really, it's getting on the local level. There's not just sacred sites here in New Mexico. They're all around you. All of us are on indigenous lands, so learn about the people in your state, learn about the people in your area, and help to protect those lands. And if you want to help our fight here in Chaco, just follow us and help bring some more energy to the movement.
And protect the sacred.
Protect the sacred, exactly.